And we are going. What is going on with everybody? It is your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Green Dungeon, giving it to you real raw, rugged. And hey, I always say this when I have legends on. I usually let them introduce people, let them introduce themselves. But I got a legend here, man. I gotta introduce you. You know what I'm saying? First of all, you was just playing the beat. Felt like I was in a goddamn rhythm roulette session for a second, man. I didn't know what was going to go on, man. I felt like I was in listening to some greatness going on. But yeah, I'm in presence of somebody who's I feel like curated the soundtrack for hip hop and very important moments for hip hop. And I just want to tap in with the brother, man. So without no further ado, I got Ski Beats, man. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, bro? How you feeling?
Hey, man, feeling as good as I can with this whole COVID-19 thing going on, man. How you doing?
Man, same here, baby. Just trying to stay safe. You already know what it is.
Hey, not to start off with like a down note, but right before we do this interview, I don't know if you've seen we lost a fellow hip hop artist to the coronavirus thing.
Yeah, man. Fred the Godson. It's crazy, man. I know he was struggling with it for a minute, man. He fought a good fight, bro. God bless his soul, man.
You ever
Definitely lost a legend, a young legend, for real.
you ever got to tap in with him?
Never, man. And I was definitely a big fan. Always wanted to work with Fred, man. Crazy.
Fred is one of those people I found out when I was really young, and like when I first heard him, I was like, bro, I don't know how he's writing like this. Like his bars were just like, it was nothing like I heard before because I'm a big battle rap fan now, but this is before I was actually tapped into battle rap, and that's what he kind of reminded me of, like a battle rapper that's on beat because he's very
Yeah.
punchline heavy, metaphor, and it was crazy. So definitely rest in peace to him, and my condolences goes out to his family and everything like that. That's a really sad situation for sure.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
But yeah, how you doing with how you doing with this whole like thing going around? Like, is it kind of interrupting your life, or you still
Yeah,
moving
definitely,
smooth?
definitely, man. Usually I would probably be on the road either doing some dojo classes or, DJing for Spitter. But since this whole, Corona thing hit the scene, man, it just shut everything down. But gotta be safe, man. Gotta take the proper precautions. Can't be out there playing around.
Hey man,
It's,
I live in Florida, and they playing around in Florida, man. These niggas not taking it serious, man. These
Get out of here.
Hey man, niggas need to get their ass beat. That's what's going on down here, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you seen, it was a spring break video that went viral. There was like CBS or some like news station down there, and they was interviewing like everybody for spring break. It was like, well, how you feel about the coronavirus thing? They're like, it's not finna stop my fun. We finna still party. We finna still go crazy. Like the weekend after that, we had like 1,000 cases like in a weekend or something like that. So it's bad down here, man. Niggas is not taking it serious, and they talking about opening everything. They opened up the beaches a couple days ago. So I'm from Jacksonville. When I
Yeah.
mean it was 500 people there in 30 minutes at the beach, just
At the
chilling,
beach.
no shirt on, no just chilling, and I'm like,
What?
man,
Man, look, we gotta do the right thing, man, or this shit won't ever go away. You know what I mean?
it's a fact. I feel like it's one of those things like 9/11. You know how they say when 9/11 happened, the world kind of changed. I feel like after this, like I don't know if niggas gonna be able to shake hands no more. Like we just random people because it's like I don't want to catch it. I don't know what you know what I'm saying. It's gonna be different now. So
Yo, I'm definitely gonna keep my mask on. I don't give a fuck. If it's over, I'm gonna definitely keep my mask on, bro. I don't know what's going on.
it's a fact, man. That's a fact. I can meet Obama. Like, hey, I know you Obama and all, but my nigga, I gotta keep my mask on. You know what I'm saying? So, no, I
Yep,
definitely
yep.
feel that. But I kind of want to get into what made me even spark the interest of this interview. So, I've been just listening to a lot of music because I've been in the house. It's nothing to do, quarantine, and just bored basically. So, listen to a lot of old music that I've just always loved growing up. And there's this one song that I really love, and I just never looked into who produced this song, who produced on this album, and I seen it was you. I was like, oh, Ski Beats made this, and then I started looking at the rest of it. I'm like, oh, he made this, he made this. I'm like, yo, I need to tap in with Ski Beats because I always knew who you were, but I never knew you produced this particular song. And I personally think this song is probably your best song that you ever produced. Not even saying it's your best beat, but I think just as in general, the song is the
What song is
best.
this? Which song is this?
I want to get to it. I want to see before I even say the song. Do you have something in mind? I think it's a top 100 rap song of all time. It might kind of catch you off guard, but I'm curious of what you think I'm gonna say.
I mean, it can't be the normal. It can't be Lucchini or Dan Prez. I mean, everybody knows about that.
Yeah,
Um, I don't know, bro.
top
Tell
100
me.
rap song of all time. Hey man, I've been getting hella mail from jail. Niggas telling me to kick it. When he get out, I put him on some bitches to know. Man, that song.
Airborne, crazy.
So I want to break that song down if you don't mind, because there's so much going on within that beat with him rapping, and I just need some insight. And I feel like you're the perfect person to go to about this specific song, man. So
Okay.
I'm listening to this song, and first of all, I think Currency's a great rapper, but something about that beat. I've never heard him rap like that before. Like the way he was, it was like he was on another one. I don't know if you was telling him his bars was trash and he was mad. He was like, "I'm gonna kill this," or if he just heard something in that beat. But what do you think it is about that beat that I don't know if you feel like he was rapping differently, but just something about his energy. He was just rapping his ass off on that beat.
Man, yeah, he definitely fucking killed that shit. Yo, when I made the beat, man, we was trying to find something crazy. He was in the studio when I made it, and I found the sample and started chopping it up. And I remember him saying, "Damn, that sound like dolphins right there. That sound like dolphins." And then he just started writing them bars, and we laid that bitch down. That shit was like perfect, man, perfect match. Sometimes you get those moments like that, when you're recording with artists, man. And he caught it. He definitely caught that beat.
Man, that beat is crazy. And then I didn't know this about you, but speaking of rhythm roulette, I watched yours and I seen you pulled out a guitar. You was playing the strings and whatnot. Are you playing the strings in that song? Cause I hear like a bass line in the back with the doom 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 doom
Nah, nah,
doom. Doom. That's a sample.
Nah. That's my man Brady Watt playing the live bass. I'm not that good on the bass, but Brady, he's our go-to guy when I want to add some real bass lines on my shit.
That and it's so subtle. Like it's not like overly loud in the production, but that
Yeah.
added to the beat just so much more. Like I love when that do like it just I'm waiting for to hear that. So the fact that you thought to add that was amazing. Like did you think to add that, or was that he was just in the studio with y'all? Like how did that come about to get the
Yeah,
bass
that was
player?
part of the formula. What I would do, I would make a beat, I would chop up the sample, kind of arrange it, and then I'll tell Brady, I'll say, yo, I want you to play live through the whole track, because I don't want anything to sound the same. I want like different inflections, different things happening while the track is moving, and that's why all of the pilot talks music. That's why it all felt like it was live. It felt
Mm.
like it was moving. You know what I mean?
That's interesting. I think live music is very interesting. We talked on the phone the other day, and I told you I interviewed John B. And me and John B talked about this, and I'm curious your thoughts on this. So, I talk about R&B a lot. I love R&B. I feel like somebody who's a producer who flips like samples and soul samples and stuff like that. You got to be a lover of R&B as well, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So I think that current mainstream R&B, nowhere near where it used to be, right? At once upon a time, and I have a theory on that, and it connects with live music. I think it's two things. I think one, because niggas they just can't sing. Like a lot of people literally can't sing. They revolve on voice or pitch correction or just auto tune or whatever, blah blah blah. And two is the taking out of live instrument. There's no strings or horns or anything in today's R&B for the most
Right.
part. And I feel like if you can't sing and you also take out live instruments, you're taking out the emotion in the song. So would you
Okay.
agree with that? Because I feel like
Yeah,
emotion
yeah.
is really evoked when you add a live instrument. When you add a live instrument in production. Excuse me.
Yeah, totally, man. When they took away the the music, when they took the mechanically the music, how you say it?
The musicality.
The musicality. Yeah, when they took that out of the shit, man, and it got too watered down and too kind of sterile. It lost its soul. You feel me? I mean, there are some good artists that's crazy. R&B songs is dope, but for the most part, when they took that soul out of the music, man, with the live instruments and just the subject matter, the content of the song, that kind of made that music back in the day, And
I'm,
they could make, and a lot of people still do it. You got the Anderson Potts, he's rocking. Definitely got soulful vibes to his music. And what's his other kid name? Man? I can't think of it. Lucky Day.
Lucky Day, yeah, Lucky Day.
Yeah, I like it. I feel it. You know what I'm saying? I feel it. And your boy, what's Smoke's brother name?
Smoke who?
Smoke the rapper. Smoke D Smoke. What's his brother's
D
name?
Smoke. You're talking about dang, I know. I literally just seen him. He was on somebody's album recently. I forget who you're talking about, but I know who you're talking about. He was just on
Down
somebody's
with the
album.
dread
Yeah,
singing. Yo, soul. You know what I'm saying?
but no, like you said, people like Anderson Paak definitely have the musicality in their music, like because he played the drums, he played instruments, he could sing, and I think that's really cool.
Right.
I mean, when you just think about like people on Soul Train, like when they was on Soul Train, they had bands behind them, they had people playing live instruments or whatever. And I don't know, like, why do you think that's a thing that people don't really try to go back to? You think it's because it's harder or what?
Because yeah, it's harder and it takes more discipline to sit down and learn an instrument and sit there for hours just to try to perfect that. Think about it. Back in the 70s, they didn't have drum machines and stuff, so if you wanted to get into music, you either had to learn how to play the keys or horn or bass or something, but you had to be good at it to play. You feel me? But now everything is so easy, so, just add watertight shit. You know what I'm saying? You can get fucking Fruity Loops. You can find MIDI programs that are already play shit for you. Like, nobody wants to work for that, you know? And then when you do find a musician that's young and that's in the game and he's doing his thing, he's considered a genius because he's doing what they was doing back in the 70s. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't even think about that. It's definitely people that do stuff that was done in the 70s and like, he's a genius. But when they was doing it back in the 70s, like, nigga, you supposed to know how to do that. You know what I'm saying?
You're supposed to know how to do right. That's the game.
That's crazy. Do you think we'll ever get back to a time where, because I get what you're saying, like learning an instrument is definitely way more difficult than learning how to do like FL Studios or whatnot. But do you think we'll ever get back to the point where people are just bringing in live musicians themselves? Like, I'm gonna pay this orchestra to come in the studio on my album. Do you think we'll ever get back to that?
If the artists have the budget to do it, yeah. Kanye can do it, or Jay-Z obviously can do it. Drake can do it. They can hire full orchestras to come in and play on their tracks. I get that. And me, I got a lot of friends, a lot of musician friends, that'll come by, play a bass, play a guitar, play a horn, whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's good for producers to network with musicians anyway. You know what I mean?
Being somebody who works with people that you say can play instruments, is there an instrument that you found that maybe you don't even know how to play, but when it's used in your music or used in music that you feel like it's like the most powerful, like that you've heard? It could be a guitar, bass, saxophone, like the one that you're like, man, that's the one.
It's always the bass and the keys. That's what brings my music out.
Why do you think it's the bass and the keys?
Well, if you notice, the music that I make is really musical. You know what I'm saying? I'm a hip hop producer, but I like musical elements. I like emotions. I like vibes. I like people to feel something. So bass lines and dope chord changes is always good, man. When you listen to what's a good song? Like Life Under the Scope. You know what I'm saying? You hear the bass line, you hear the chords, you can feel the music. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it. And people, they love it. People love to feel something. When you listen to music, that's the whole thing. And right now, we're in a time where, I don't think nobody really trying to get turned up right now. Everybody, they're at the crib, they want to kind of cool out and, center themselves, so they need to hear some good music, something that's going to take them somewhere.
Well, like you said, some of those bass lines, they're powerful. You have another one, and I kind of want to stick for right now because, like you said, everybody know Dead Presidents. Everybody know 22s. Everybody know them. So I kind of want to, at first, talk about something people may not know about. And, you make beats, and everybody probably talking about Dead Presidents. He's like, damn, I done made more beats than Dead Presidents. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate them beats that people don't probably talk about a lot. And one of those, man, I don't know if that's you playing the guitar, if that's somebody else playing the bass, but Jigga Flow by Smoke DZA. Very great beat. I love that beat so much. I don't know.
I don't know what beat that is.
I can play it for you real quick. I got you. I was literally just playing it before we hopped on the phone. Hold on. Get my clothes out of it. It's the one where they like doing a whole bunch of Jay-Z lines. This one right here. You remember this?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know how much, because I feel like you probably got so many beats that you probably like, sometimes it jumbled up your brain or whatnot. Do you remember anything specific about making that beat or how that song came about?
Nah, I was just I think I was just in the crib just chopping some shit up, man. And I think that's Brady again on the bass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who is this guy? I'm gonna have to interview him. This guy, he sounds amazing. This is Brady. What's his name?
Brady White.
How you spell last name?
W-A-T-T.
Brady White. Interesting. So like, is he like has he played bass on any other songs probably that you haven't produced or like songs that we may know of?
He plays for everybody.
Really?
He did probably hundreds of songs.
Really? That's crazy. He's a white guy or?
White guy, yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to look into him. That's interesting. How did you come across him?
Well, when I was working with Dame, when we did that whole Creative Control DD172 thing, he just happened to come by the studio with his partner, Alameda, and he had his bass with him. He said, yo, I'm a bass player. And at the time, I was in the studio making some beats, and I said, plug it up, let's go. And he started playing, and I'm like, yo, he was dope. I was like, I fuck with you, kid. And he kept coming around, and we built a relationship, and, we just, started doing our thing, and he just took off, man. He just hit the circuit, He was playing for Talib. He was playing for Primo. He done been on tour a million times. He's all over the place right now.
That's cool. I definitely got to tap in with him because I feel like there's so many people, like the producers, like the engineers, like the instrument players. I feel like you guys are the unsung heroes. You know what I'm saying? If somebody put out a song, we just say, oh, Currency made a hard song, but it's like, hey, Ski Beatz made the beat though. You know what I'm saying? You can't forget about Ski. You feel me? So we.
Yo, you seen that meme? It's a meme like that. It's a meme with like somebody carrying like a baby and there's a dog in the back. Like the baby's the artist and the back the dog's the producer. Like, yo, what about me? Crazy.
Do you okay? So being a producer, do you ever feel slighted, or do you really care? Like, how do you feel about probably not getting the recognition that you deserve?
I mean, I never was like when I was coming up. I wasn't the type of producer that was trying to be in the forefront anyway. I mean, I started off as a rapper. I had a record deal and everything. I was rhyming with a group, the whole shit, and I just knew how to make beats. But then when I kind of took the backseat to rapping and just started making producing, I was never really interested in like, yo, look at me, I can produce. And it wasn't until recently, until I came back and started working with Dame that people started putting my face to the music. Nobody ever knew what I really looked like when it came to these songs. But Dame, biggest cheerleader, he would tell everybody about me. Yo, that's E Beatz, he did this, he did that. And then, Currency. And then people just started to, but I was never, I'm not on it like that. I like to sit in the crib and make beats, put out a dope song, if it's dope, boom, that's hot.
Well, I kind of want to take it back. I want to take it back to what you were just saying about you kind of growing up, being in a rap group or whatnot, getting a deal. Like, can you talk a little bit about that and how you transferred to do production after that?
Well, I mean, I was in this rap group based out of North Carolina called the Busy Boys. And I was rapping, and my homeboy, Fanatic, he was the producer of the group. And when he was sitting in the crib making beats, I would kind of like watch him, work this equipment that he had. And when he would leave, I would get on the equipment and kind of, learn. He kind of taught me, and I kind of taught myself at the same time. And as time went on, the group eventually broke up, and then I moved to New York. Because I'm originally from North Carolina.
Okay.
And I moved to New York, and I formed another group called Original Flavor. And I started making the beats and rapping for the group. And at the time, I didn't even know I was a producer. I just thought all rappers knew how to make beats. That's how they got their beats. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know anything about production, nothing like that. And then one day, well, let me go back a little bit. I was making the beats for Original Flavor. We shot the demo. We got a deal with Atlantic Records, right? Clark Kent, he signed us to Atlantic. And Clark was asking me one day, like, yo, you got all these beats. What are you doing with them? And I'm like, what do you mean? It's like, yo, you're a producer. You can sell these tracks. And I'm like, what do you mean sell them? And he took a CD, man, back when CDs was out. He took a CD and he shopped it. And I sold my first beat to this artist called Father MC. He was signed to MCA at the time. And he bought the beat for like $9 grand, $8 grand, some shit like that. And I'm like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? I can make money. I make these beats all day. So I just started giving Clark beats. And then after, I started making all this money, making these tracks, I kind of fell back with the rap thing and just went full steam with the production. And around that time, that's when I met Jay-Z. And it all worked out anyway because I got a chance to produce his album and do a bunch of other shit after that.
I'm not a producer now, but $8 grand for like one of your first selling beats, that's a lot. Like to this day, right?
Hell yeah. I mean, I got to the point, man, back in the 90s, my rate, I got up to like, I was charging like, what, $25,000 a beat.
Whew.
And I was selling probably like 10 beats a week, bro. It was real.
See, if a trash nigga told me that, I'd be like, all right, you're wilding. But I mean, you were Ski B, so I mean, like, hey.
And back then, that was low. Back then, that was like low. Yeah, you had people like Timberland, Just Blaze and them niggas, they was getting like 100,000 a beat, bro.
Ooh. That's crazy.
The game is totally different now. And I blame that all on the internet. I blame that on just the Fruity Loops, and I'm not saying that people shouldn't get Fruity Loops and create. Everybody should do what they love, but they fucked up the money. You know what I'm saying? The market was too many people in the marketplace, so that's why all the prices went down.
I feel like before I get back to like how your career ascended or whatnot, I feel like the internet might have ruined a lot of stuff because I'm listening to these beat battles and these song battles they be doing on Instagram, right? And I'm listening to some of these beats, and I'm like, bro, this is so creative. Like Timbaland is probably one of the most creative people to ever step into music, any time, period, genre, whatever. Like this man sampled a baby on an R&B track and made it sound crazy. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that producers today aren't talented, because there's so many talented like new age producers for sure. But I
Yeah.
do feel like, how do you feel? Do you feel like the creativity somewhat has kind of been like taken away from production? Because I feel like they aren't like RZA's super creative. Like I don't feel like a lot of these producers have the creativity that you guys had in the '90s. Am I wrong for saying that or what?
You're not wrong. I feel like, I mean, and not to take nothing away, from anyone, because there's definitely a lot of,
Yeah.
creative producers right now. But for the most part, it's like, I call it, it's like a cookie cutter syndrome. It's like everybody got this formula, and everybody's riding with this formula to create beats. That's why all the beats kind of sound alike. It's like one big giant remix when it comes to the mainstream shit that's on the radio kind of. You feel me? And nobody, wants to take a chance and just try to be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to those particular guys. You feel me? They
Yeah.
got their formula. One guy see it's working for him, so he's gonna try to do it too. Then another guy saw it's working for them, so he's gonna try to do it too. It's like nobody's like, they ain't trying to reinvent the wheel. You know what I mean? Do something different. Back in the '90s, it was taboo. You had to be original. You know what I'm saying? If RZA had his sound, I had my sound. Primo had his sound. Everybody had their sound. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody who's like back from the '90s, and I feel like he's still making the best beats of his life today. And I'm curious if you ever ran into him or not. Alchemist. You ever had any run-ins with
Yeah.
Alchemist?
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like that guy, like I feel like people like you, people like him, you guys are, I think you guys are cut from that '90s ilk. So you still, your mind isn't cookie cutter. Your mind isn't let me go with what's popping today. It's like let me try to get something different. Airborne Aquarium. I don't know any beats that sound like that. I don't know any beats that sound like Jigga is different. You know what I'm saying? Like it's smooth. It's almost like some Dolomite 8 like '70s pimp stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys are different with it. And yeah, people like Alchemist, he's great. I don't know if you ever had a chance to like be in the studio while making beats with him at all.
No, never.
Yeah,
But yeah, Alice type. You know what I'm
he's
saying?
he's
And
crazy.
we need that. You know what I'm saying? We need that type of stuff in the game so people can see and feel different shit. So because I know that's what started me to create. And expand my creativity just by hearing the next cat like, wow, this guy's ill. Like when I heard Pete Rock, I'm like, what? How's he doing this and doing that? So that just made me go into my chambers and be more creative.
That's fire. I hope we get more of that, man. And I guess to kind of backpedal a little bit, you were saying that you start getting money for your beats, and you was like, I can make a career off of this. So how did that land you on Reasonable Doubt?
Well, okay. When I got signed to Atlantic Records, when I formed the group Original Flavor, the day I walked into Atlantic Records, Dame Dash and Darian Dash was there.
Mm.
And Clark Kent was like, yo, these guys want to manage you. I'm like, I'm young. I'm like, all right, whatever, let's go. Yeah, let's do it. I'm back. You know what I'm saying? So Dame started managing me. Darian started managing me. And Clark, he's from Brooklyn. He got introduced to Jay-Z by this producer named Fresh Gordon.
Mm.
And then, Clark was so, like, open off of Jay. He hit up Dame like, yo, I got a new artist for you. This kid is incredible, boom, boom. And then, he introduced Dame to Jay to Dame. And then I was there when they made the introduction. And that's how I met Jay. And we just started clicking. He just heard my beats. Matter of fact, he was on our second single, Can I Get Open? You feel me? He heard the beats. And we just vibe, man. He was coming by the crib. I was making beats. He was laying shit down. We was clicking. And that's how, that's how I got into that whole Reasonable Doubt shit. But we was all crew. It was all Roc-A-Fella. We was all one big family.
It's crazy. You said that you were there when Jay met Dame. That's like some. I'm trying to compare it to like a fucking historical moment. Like you see pictures of like historical figures meeting, and it's like, oh, this is like a time and day. Like when Malcolm X met like Martin Luther King or some shit like that. Like you were there when like a very important partnership for hip hop started.
My nigga, we shooting a video for this song called Here We Go.
Mm.
And Jay-Z, Clark brought Jay-Z, Jazzo, and Source Money. It was all there. Me, Dame, Tone Hooker, and me, Dame, Tone Hooker, Suave Lover, Clark Kent, Jay-Z. Source and Jazz. And he started rhyming right there on the spot. You know what I'm saying? When I heard him rhyme, I'm like, yo, this nigga right here is crazy. You know what I'm saying? That was the extra fucking nail in the coffin for me to not rap. I'm like, yo, this boy is bad.
Well, when you heard him rap, you knew he was good. But when would you say was the first moment that you realized, like, yo, like, just Roc-A-Fella, Jay-Z in general, like, what Dame got going on, like, this would be, like, a historical, like, thing. Like, this is finna go down in history, like, what we're doing. Like, when did you realize that was finna be crazy?
And not when we was doing it. After the fact. After, like, maybe with Jay-Z, his first hit single, There Ain't No Nigga with Foxy Brown.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, shit, we about to blow up. You feel me? That's the only time. Other than that, it was like any other day. We go in the studio, we'll make music, we'll record, shit's dope. You know, we're in there laughing, joking. You know, you don't think about it. When you're in that moment, you're not thinking about making history. You're not thinking about nothing but just making dope music. That's all we was doing. And after the fact, you know what I'm saying? Years later after the fact, people are like, young people like you just kind of catching on to like, damn, that's crazy. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. And you bring up young people like me. Do you ever, like, you know how people like, oh, the old heads, we hate the old head, get the old people out of here. Like, as a person who's like a elder statesman in hip hop, you know what I'm saying? Do you ever get annoyed or like offended by like just the young people in hip hop, like just kind of their ignorance towards certain stuff?
Nah, man, because I was young, I was doing the same thing. My parents was me, I was you. You feel me? When I was doing my little hip hop thing, my mom and them was like, yo, what the fuck you listening to? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, this is hip hop, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? So when I see the younger cats, you know, dressing how they dress, listening to what they listen to, making what they make, I get it. It's that's your thing. You feel me? That's the energy. That's the vibe right there. So man, look, go for it. You feel me? I don't necessarily have to like everything, you know what I'm saying? But go for that shit. I ain't mad at nobody.
That's definitely a very cool way to look at it. And I guess something that's really interesting to me is somebody like Dame Dash. Me and my friend Ken, we talk about Dame a lot because we think Dame is an interesting character, just the way he moves, operates, the way he talks, and use somebody who had a has been in close relationship with him. Like, just tell me about Dame. Like how is he to work with? Because like you said, like if you're signed to him, I feel like he's going to hell and back for you. Like you were saying, like he's throwing your name out there, like, oh, he's working with this person, he's going to this person. Like you being somebody that's working with him, like how is it like working with somebody like Dame?
Dame is a fucking genius, bro. Business wise, hustle wise, he's a genius. He's I've been knowing him for years. I've been knowing him since the beginning, so I know his personality. And a lot of people, you know, they might get the misconception that, oh, he's an asshole because he got money, whatever. He's always been an asshole. With no money in his pocket, so fucking $100 million in his pocket, he's always been the same person. That's why I fucking love and respect Dame, man, because he never changed. And I learned so much, you know, from Dame, just the way he moved, you know, his thought process. He definitely sees things way ahead, way ahead. He's definitely a visionary, bro.
That's crazy. And like I said, like somebody like Dame, and like you've been around so much like greatness, like yourself, and I feel like people who are great hang around with greatness. So you got yourself, you got people like Currency that you're cool with, people like Dame, you work with Jay-Z, you work with all the greats and whatnot, and you're also, I feel like, a part of one of the best mixtapes of all time. Even though you have one beat on there, still, this is one of my favorite mixtapes. Yours on Crit Was Here. I think you produced No Wheaties, if I'm not mistaken. Listening to that mixtape, that mixtape is regarded by me and a lot of people just like a really, really great mixtape. When you heard that, like when you heard Crit for the first time, like what was your reaction? Because he's very different from the way he raps, like that country tone. Like what was your reaction?
This dope rapper, talented producer, musical genius, creative motherfucker. Crit is dope. That's my boy. I fuck with Crit, man. That's a good person.
That's the crazy part. Like I when I first heard it, I knew he was rapping, but I later found out probably like a year later, like wait, he produced like a lot of this tape, and I'm like, this is crazy. So yeah, that guy right there, he's definitely fire. But yeah, like I said, man, I just wanted to get you on here. I don't want to keep you on here for too long. Got a couple fan questions before we get out of here, but I just appreciate you even just letting me have this conversation because, like I said, man, definitely love to just chop it up. Also, you mentioned something about MC8. You said who was signed to MC8? The first guy you sold your beat to?
MC8.
I thought you said MC8.
Yeah, no, MC8.
MC8.
Father MC.
Okay, okay, okay.
Yeah, back in the day.
Interesting. School me a little bit. I've never heard of MC. I know MC8. I never heard of MC8 though.
It's a record label, MCA, Universal, MCA.
Oh, I'm thinking MCA is like a person or something. Okay. Definitely.
Yep.
All right. Well, let's get into a couple fan questions and we'll get out of here.
Okay.
Last Dance Hollywood. Not a question, but he just says, "Crazy that Airborne Aquarium was really created by a human. That's a wild man right there." That's all he had to say. Thugger actually has a lot. He said, "Make sure you give him props on Airborne Aquarium. A lot of people love that." He also wanted to tell you that 24-hour karate school was fire. And his questions are, is there another 24-hour karate tape? And also ask him if he knows anything about Pilot 4. Spit or played a little bit of it, and he missed if Ski was actually handling the whole tape or not.
24-hour karate school part 3 will be, or maybe part 4. Hopefully, man, if I can get into that creative flow, I'm gonna do it. Pilot Talk 4 is done. It should be coming out soon. I actually played just the other day. I went live and played the whole album.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I missed that.
I missed that one.
Missed that one. When was that? It was a couple days ago?
A couple of days ago.
Okay. You did it on Instagram Live?
Nah, I did it on somebody's Zoom. Like Musa and Spitter called me up, told me to play the DJ the album. I was behind the wall. I couldn't see who was watching.
Yeah.
I was just playing the music, but it was dope.
That's fire. Okay, so I definitely tapped in for that.
Yeah.
Also, I forgot to bring this up. You also produced one of my favorite Jay-Z songs. Streets is Watching, very good song. I love that song. It's a perfect song right there. But Bill My Zoot, he asked a Jay-Z question. That's what made me think about that. He said, I asked him about making of Jay-Z's People Talking, the bonus joint off of Unplugged album he produced. How it came about, considering that was his first placement on the whole album since Volume 1.
Wow. I hear the people talk, man. That was actually when I made that song.
Whoa. You produced that? That's crazy. I know you talking about the I hear the people talk. That beat, I didn't know you made that beat. Is crazy. I didn't know you made that. That's fire. Okay, my fault.
A lot of people think it's Kanye or Just Blaze that made that beat, but nah, that was me.
Wow.
And when I made the beat, I actually made it for another artist that was based out of North Carolina, and we had a mixtape out called Carolina Blue Volume 2, and that was one of the songs on it. And I think Jay, he was doing a show in Charlotte, and I was in Greensboro, so I kind of drove to Greensboro. I'm into Charlotte.
Yeah.
He played the beat for me. He took the track.
That's crazy. So, wow, hold on. I didn't know we made that beat. Like, I feel like that song, it's one of the Jay-Z songs that I feel like a lot of people don't know about because, like you said, it's a bonus on an Unplugged album, and a lot of people really not that tapped into it. But hey, I'm not gonna lie. I mean, that's a fire beat, man. Like, so that wasn't even originally for Jay-Z. That was for somebody else from North Carolina.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
But you know what? That's crazy because that's Game's favorite Jay-Z song right there.
I definitely see why. That is definitely an amazing song. Let me see what else they got.
Lyrics in that song alone is crazy.
That song is crazy. Somebody posted, wow, I haven't heard this in a long time. They was basically saying they like this song, Cream of the Planet by Mos Def, Yasin Bey. Just saying that's a fire song. They just want to let you know that was a really fire song. Definitely a fire song. Damn, I forgot you tapped in with Mos Def. Do you have any other songs with Mos?
Yeah, we got Taxi. And we got Sensei on the Block.
Interesting. Let me see what else they got. I think that's really about it, man. It was just really posting a lot of songs, saying they like songs. Yeah, that's really about it, man. So if you got anything else you want to say or talk about before you get out of here, please let me know.
Well, man, look, I definitely appreciate the love, the questions, man. I love y'all. Y'all always, been there supporting me, man. I'm gonna keep, just doing what I'm doing. Hopefully, I can bang out some more joints for everybody, man. And stay safe, guys. Ski Beatz.
Like I said, man, I can't thank you enough for this. You definitely work with a lot of my favorites. Like I said, Currency, Dame, like those are like two of my bucket list interviews right there. So the fact that you're working with great people like that, and like I said, you're making these great beats, just salute to you for being an absolute legend. And for everybody watching right now, I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. You guys holla at your boy. And